So my wife is here with me today on this day hike, and we were debating on coming. You know, the weather kept saying basically that it was going to be raining all day, huge percentages. But we've learned not to go based on the weather anymore, because that can get you in a lot of trouble sometimes with stopping your camping trips and hiking trips. Basically, you know, prepare for the rain, prepare for the cold, but don't not go because of rain and cold sometimes, because them weathermen are never correct most of the time. And sure enough, if we would have canceled this trip, we would have not got to enjoy this nice weather. It's not too hot, it's not too cold right now. We're looking at, you know, 68 degrees, and it was supposed to be raining all day, and now the forecast has got no rain. So I'm glad we decided to make a decision to come on this trail regardless of weather. It definitely helped out with our decision, and keeping the decision factor based on what I would call consistency, because you know we've had barbecues planned, not just hiking, but barbecues planned, and family members cancel on us, and we'd say, well, we're going to still barbecue, and you never got any rain that day. So it may not be the perfect day, but this turned out to be a great day. What do you think, babe?
I thought we decided to still come. Still good out here. And there's not very many people out here, I'm sure, because of that. So the trail's not too crowded. We're going to try to do 15 miles today since it's for our 15th anniversary.
15 miles for 15 and years of marriage. It sounds like a plan.
So that would be 7.5 in. And 7.5 out.
The horses are neat.
It'd be great to see the horses.
Oh yeah, definitely. So we camped not too far off of a trail, so we could watch them go by every now and then. Here's one of the tips from the falls that she's been able to utilize.
See a little net hanging out of the tree. Wonder if that fell. No? Well, it may have and just caught right there.
It's like tinder.
Yeah.
Start a fire. So when you're hiking along a river or a lake and you got a steep bank and you don't know where is the best spot to get water, a lot of times you can kind of see a game trail off to the side, and you just follow that game trail. Usually there's a reason there's a game trail is that's how they get down to the water source, and that helps you be able to determine a good spot for you to go down as well to get water. So the water here is being blocked by this, and I'd say it's probably a lot more stagnant water. It'd be good to filter because you're filtering it, especially if you're going to boil it. If you looked down this embankment, got a little bit more flowing water, so go past the critter feet and you might get a little bit more muddier, but I think it's worth it to get into this flowing water myself. So we're gonna come over here and get our water, and as you can see, another game trail has been coming up and down here to get water. So we definitely got a lot more flowing water here. So this almost made it on my favorite 5 backpacking list. Down here getting water. How y'all doing?
Doing good.
Who would have thunk that such a cheap, easy, simple item could be so useful and be somebody's favorite backpacking item? Almost made my top 5. And that's the price of bushcrafting, I guess, not backpacking. So we're not trying to get a big fire going here. We're just trying to get a small little fire. We got some alcohol and alcohol stove, but found a bird's nest, and it's been raining out here, real damp. But picked up some of that dead wood that was standing up out of the ground like this, right out of the tree, and it's not laying on the ground. And I got this bird nest, hopefully to get a tinder going. So, and we'll cook. Well, we're not cooking actually. We're just gonna boil some water for some coffee on this day hike. So. Check out the bird nest here. Picked it up. The wife found it, and I just basically stuck it in my hip belt here, which means I got to clean my hip belt out later. There's a nice little tinder burner there, natural resource from off the trail. It rained last night, but this is totally dry, so we'll see how it takes a spark with my striker. This is an alcohol stove we brought. It's the MacGyver stove. But hopefully we don't need it. set it to the side over here. Well, actually, I'm just going to leave it here. It's got my lighter and striker all right here. So, got self-made Arizona iced tea with a silicone lip and a Toast titanium. Of course, we know that'll burn real good on the fire. These don't do quite as good, so you have to don't get them in the flames. Let the flames get low and throw it on there if you're cooking off a fire.
Get bored.
We scaring her? Yeah. Sorry about scaring her. I want to put my knee on there.
Oh,
Yeah, no.
there you go. Ooh. Take that. Fire. Don't forget your water's right behind you.
I need to
I was making sure you keep taking pictures and not shooting an arrow.
No. Pop that. In your bag.
Nope. I got a bandana.
Golly.
What?
The giant spider. Hopefully he went away. It was like a can one. He just crawled in the bag or something.
Well, I didn't quite get it on camera, but use the rest of the water to stop the fire. And then we're going to use a shovel, not just a pooping shovel. Now it's going to become a way to get rid of these, make sure after we leave we don't have a forest fire. And we're going to cover every bit of this up. These, I want to make sure we get that soaked with water. We're going to break it here and here, and here and here, and we're going to cover all this back up with dirt, and no one will even know we were here.
Except for that worm. That worm right there is going to know we were here.
That worm will know we're here. Okay, that worm is like, what is happened? Apocalypse just happened. We could have let this burn down, but it's too close to us and it's a little hot, so we put it out. No problem. And I'll get some dirt on here. We're gonna drink our coffee and eat, and baby, you'll throw my lid on there. Well, yeah. going to break these burnt pieces up. Here. Not to mention, all this wood was damp anyway, even though it was on the ground, sticking up, it still had some dampness to it. So we're gonna get rid of that one because that one's good. Okay. All this. Baby, what we eating?
Steak fajita and guacamole.
So basically, we went to a Mexican restaurant last night and took the leftovers and took it out on the trail. Made a good little meal. So I got this new GoPro. Here, maybe that's better. So I got this new You don't want to shake, do you? You want to shake? You like shaky footage? We look at it. See, you're still shaking. Stop shaking. So I got this new GoPro, and basically what this GoPro does for me is gives me the ability to film on multiple SDs, gives me the ability to film in the rain. And one of the nicest features about this GoPro Hero 6 that I just got is, I'm showing my wife here, is I'm able to set up the camera. And you know how one of my last videos I had Gray check to see if I was in the frame? Well, one of the features of GoPro that I like is its ability to look on your phone, and when you got it far away from you, you know what your shot looks like. Helps you with framing your shot up. So if you look right here, you can see me and my wife. So if I don't think the headroom is proper on here, I can tilt it down a little bit, and we don't need as much headroom. So that's one of the features I really like about, and there's a little bit of lag and delay, but not too much. And sometimes it's better than others, but the gist of it is to frame myself up. You can stop and start record here. Actually, the camera was off when I started. I was able to turn the camera on with my phone and start record. So I could just set the camera up, walk away, and it can be over there if I want to film later, but not right now. And I just started it back up right there and was able to film. So you'll see that little clip in between where there's looks like the camera shut off because I stopped it. So a good thing is you can set it far away and film just little bits and pieces of your hike or while you're sitting down eating. And when you say, hey, I want to turn that back on, I like what you said, and you reenact that, if that's the type of filming style you do, you can basically reenact it and not have to go over there and turn the camera on. You can just pick up your phone, make sure you're still in frame, and hit record. I'm going to hit stop now. Y'all take care. It comes in handy because I set it up. I should be in frame, but I'm not used to this GoPro, so yep, definitely in frame. Almost perfect. You see how that works? So, alright, cool. So, part of filming is you're delayed on some of your eating and stuff. She's already finished and I'm just getting started, so. By the way, I don't have the fajitas. She took the leftover fajitas. I've got some chipotle that I had for lunch, and I didn't quite eat it all. And just enough to make a little meal. We got plenty of nuts, snacks, oranges, stuff like that. So this is a good little break for lunch, and then I'll have my oranges and meat sticks and nuts for the hike back. So.
I like how quickly the metal cools off.
Yeah, the titanium definitely cools off. That's a plus and a negative about titanium. The plus is when it does cool off, you can drink it quickly with hot coffee. The negative is your coffee don't stay as hot without a coaster or something around it. So.
Campfire coffee.
Yeah. See what it does to the titanium? When you cook on over fire.
It's like a marshmallow.
Difference between backpacking and bushcrafting is you get charred gear. Backpacking, your gear always looks nice and new. So I'd say there's pluses and minuses about oil and water the way we did. I guess the plus side would be, most definitely the plus side would be I didn't use my resources, like all of my alcohol didn't get used up. I've got enough alcohol now if I had to stay another night out in the woods, because today was a decent day. We found some materials to be able to get a fire going and conserve the alcohol that we have to cook our water on, or cook our food, or boil some water for coffee. A negative is your gear gets all messed up. Now, being it's titanium, it's not a big deal. We can go back home and use a magic eraser, and one of those scrubby brushes, those green ones. Get most of that off, and you can bring that in the field with you. I don't typically bring those scrub brushes in with me because I don't do a lot of cooking and boiling water on an open flame like that, even if I have a fire, just because of this situation. But there's good and positives to both, and I think depending on your situation, one might outweigh the other. So negative about getting this and not having a scrub brush is going back in your pack. Even with the stuff sack, your stuff sack's going to get that all over it. So basically take a bandana and wrap it around the cup when we put it back in the stuff sack, because the bandana is $1 at Dollar Tree, and that cup, and actually it's just half a bandana. I cut it in half, and she's using half of it, and I'm using the other half of my cook kit. So if it messed the bandana up, it's not a big deal. Plus we can wash the bandana a lot easier than we can wash the stuff sack. So we could have dug a hole, and once we got done, buried it. It would have definitely made it a little more inconspicuous, but sake of time, we're just on a day hike. We're not camping out here. Didn't want to spend a whole lot of time. I saw this, and this is good soft duff material that's able to be picked up and thrown on the fire. So break it up however you want. It's wet, it's moist because it's been rained on. It's basically decomposited wood. So if it was dry, some of this might actually catch on fire. But because it's wet, it's been raining, we don't have to worry about that. Now, shovel is not the only way. You could scoop it with your shovel, scrape it all over there. Get a stick, push it, take your foot, whatever you got, you know. But we basically want to, even though we poured water on it, we want to make sure that the dirt helps smother it out as well. And we don't have to dig hard dirt because we had something that was decomposing right here that gave me natural soil, soft soil. So when your wipes are dehydrated, you put a little bit of water on them, it hydrates them back up, and it allows you a good cleanup. And for bushcrafting, you would do your bandana. You'd wet your bandana, and you pour some hot water on the bandana, and it gives you a nice little rag. And to clean it, you would take your bandana with some of that leftover hot water, and you would clean your bandana back out after you wiped your hands and face and your netherlings. But as always, remember to pack out. Never bury these. So we got the Tornado on the Sawyer. I don't always bring it, don't always use it, but it definitely comes in handy. You could hang this bag on a tree, walk away while you're doing something, filter your water. I want y'all to look at how nasty that water looks in comparison to how clean the water looks. So part of that preparedness that I was talking about is because it's me and my wife, and it was calling for 100% rain. I brought the tarp. So we could set it out. We could have sat out underneath the tarp with our sitting pads, or found a nice little bench like this. It's been great. She's got her seat pad that she has been sitting on. So if you want to fold that back up, put it in your pack. But this would have kept us out of the rain while we were eating. So didn't need it, but always good to have it. And I also bought the hammock So if we didn't find a seat like this, just could have strung up the hammock. Both of us could have sat in the hammock underneath the tarp. There's a little bench for lunch, and there's where we had a fire. So I was down there getting water, and two people with a horse come riding up. They heard me down there talking to y'all, and said, yeah, they must be down there fishing. And like there was they down there. This was just me and you, the viewers. My wife was off doing some, let's just say, chores. And we'll leave it at that. But you can leave that up to your imagination. But yeah, they thought I was down there with somebody else. So it's just that crazy YouTuber filming, talking to himself.
There.
Yummy. Watch out where you're stepping on this track.
Is that probably from that horse was scared?
Yeah, I think we probably scared that poop out of that horse. We were hanging around in the bush getting ready to have lunch, and the horse come, and was very determined not to come that way. I definitely spooked the horse, that's for sure. The man had to struggle to get the horse to go by. He knew somebody was out there just waiting to get him. Once he made it past, he started to trotting a little bit. Another reason to have a light pack is hold over your shoulder like this, get your water, and roll it back around. Get your snacks. Don't even really, I mean, take it off, but I do it a lot of times as I'm hiking. I'll just keep on hiking and swing it around like this, get some water and drink it. I needed that. It's good. So you want to tell them why chapstick's one of my favorite items? What I just used it for? Body Glide.
Freshening up your lips. Not only did it not rain, but the sun's shining too.
The missus up there is scooting. So the missus up there is scooting. what we got up there?
Crow Branch.
Maybe you want to tell the viewers what we got here?
It says, sacred to the memory of General David Adams, who died October 19th, 1834, in the 69th year of his age.
Now, I'm an Adams and a Sanders, so could possibly be an ancestor from mine. So always keep your eyes open for fire starters. This is the second fire starter I've seen on the trail. Found the bird's nest first, and now we found some rubber. Rubber is a great fire starter no matter how wet it gets, and it burns quite a while. As you know, Africans use it to signal they'll burn car tires, but you could take this rubber and use it as a way to get a fire started no matter how wet it is. And this was found on the trail because this is an old service road.
If you see a horse, say something. Hey, how you doing? Anything. Good day. We enjoying ourselves. I don't like y'all out here. Anything. Just something. You know.
That's a good tip.
You know. But that's the horse has the right of way. Then the hiker, I think, and then the bicycle.
Okay.
Because the horse has got to, you know, he doesn't know a lot of that.
Right.
Sure.
That's the etiquette of the, if you look at it online, it'll tell you, when you came in, where you came in is Old Muggy Flats.
Yes, sir.
The name of that place.
Okay.
And there's a sign up there, and it'll tell you who has the right of way when you started down that trail.
Fantastic. Appreciate the tips.
Thank y'all.
Well, it's all ours. This is all ours. We always want to enjoy it. You know, you want to walk, and I want to ride a view.
But it's good to know to be safe too and to be respectful of the horses.
That's why I stopped and was like, y'all
Yeah,
want to come through?
Yeah.
Because I knew we spooked the horses.
Yeah,
So.
But they knew y'all were here a long time ago.
Yeah, they heard us. They got good ears.
People don't believe this. They are better than any search dog you can have.
Really?
Yes. They're gonna spot whatever is there. They can hear so much better than a dog that's unbelievable.
Wow.
They say a horse can hear you when you yawn in the morning, and a dog can hear you when you turn over and you get up out of bed.
Crawford County High?
Yeah.
I feel like I've seen you before. I used to work at the Piggly Wiggly.
Yeah.
When I was about 15, so about 18
Her?
year ago. Him.
Oh, him.
Uh-huh.
She can't miss a handsome face.
That's right. That's what I was thinking. But really, my grandfather was Roy Scott, and he was one of the football coaches from Crawford County.
So at first when I come up this creek, I was thinking, hey, it's a little bit stagnant. Yeah, you could definitely filter water out of it. But if you want to wait and continue, move on up. And upstream here, you have some good flowing water, so it'll be a little bit cleaner to tread through this. Yeah. So if you're dying for thirst, you can definitely fill up right here. Plenty of water in there. Alright, so this concludes our trip, and we've had a great time. Never got rained on. Very fortunate with that. We were prepared, however, but we had a great time. How about you, babe?